What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I would like to talk about running back Bijan Robinson. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you'll know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content. Hit that like button for your boy. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for your continued support, continuing to share out my content on all the social media platforms. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So in today's video, I do want to talk about running back Bijan Robinson, and will Bijan Robinson live up to the hype? Personally, I do believe that Bijan Robinson will live up to that top 10 draft pick of the Atlanta Falcons, mainly because he was drafted, I think, into the perfect situation. As I always talk about, players have to be drafted and put in positions to succeed. And being that Arthur Smith is one of the best run scheme offensive coordinators in the NFL, outside of Kyle Shanahan and Greg Roman, formerly of the Baltimore Ravens. Those two offensive coordinators and head coaches, to me, Arthur Smith is right up there with those guys when it comes to creating run schemes. And I definitely think that Bijan Robinson was drafted into the perfect situation. Also, the Atlanta Falcons have one of the best offensive lines, especially as far as running the ball in the league. We brought back guys in Chris Lindstrom and Caleb McGarry to solidify the line. We have guys like Jake Matthews, who's been a staple here in Atlanta on our offensive line for years. And I really feel like Bijan Robinson is being dropped in the perfect situations to succeed. So I know there's a lot of hype around Bijan Robinson. A lot of people stating that he's going to be the offensive rookie of the year. A lot of people talking about him, in the draft, that he possibly was the best player overall in the draft. And I definitely think that the expectations right now are super high for Bijan Robinson. And I don't like putting pressure on young players to come in and, produce right away. But because the NFL and the running back is one of those positions where the transition is usually pretty easy for a college running back to go into the NFL. Usually that running back position translates really well. And I think that Bijan Robinson has all of the tools personally within himself, him being a great athlete, him being a guy who can not only run the ball, but a guy who's versatile and who can also catch the ball out of the backfield and run routes like a wide receiver, and also pass protect. He's really good at pass protection as well. So at Texas, he was one of the top running backs, of course, in college, but also one of the best players coming out. And I definitely think, even though the hype right now, everybody's placing a lot of hype on this kid, I definitely expect him to come in and live up to the billing or live up to that top 10 draft pick. But it's mainly because he's being drafted into a perfect situation with Coach Arthur Smith, who formerly coached guys like Derrick Henry, who led the league in rushing yards when he was coached by Arthur Smith. And Arthur Smith is known for having, as I mentioned, some of the best run schemes in the NFL. So I definitely think that Bijan Robinson coming to the Falcons is going to live up to the hype. Also with the Falcons now in a better cap situation, us being able to bring in more help on the defensive side of the ball, adding guys like Jesse Bates, adding a ton of players in the trenches with Onyemata, with guys like Calais Campbell coming over, Eddie Goldman returning or coming out of retirement. I really feel like this is a really complete team this year. And that's another reason why I think that Bijan Robinson is going to definitely live up to the hype. And then another reason I really think that he's going to live up to the hype is he has a great stable of running backs in the backfield with him. Guys like Tyler Algier, who had a breakout season last year, over 1,000 yards as a rookie. Guys like Cordero Patterson, also in the backfield and in that running back room, who will be able to help both Tyler Algier continue to develop, but also help Bijan Robinson pick up the playbook and things of that nature. And also being that this Falcons team is a young team, but they're kind of like a college team as far as the camaraderie. It seems like this locker room has all of the players and the coaches are really close. And I think that bodes well as well. Guys like Tyler Algier basically talked about, he reached out to Bijan Robinson, and those guys are really close already. Guys like Cordell Patterson, those guys being able to coexist in the backfield and in the locker room, I think is really huge that the Falcons is building that winning culture and building that close-knit group. Seeing all of those guys out there for OTAs. Majority of our leaders on this team was at OTAs, guys like Grady Jarrett, guys like Calais Campbell, all of those guys being at OTAs. That says a lot. And I really feel like at this point, Bijan Robinson has been placed in the perfect positions to succeed, not only having great players around him, but also having great coaches. So with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on Bijan Robinson. Do you believe he'll live up to the hype as that top 10 draft pick? I definitely think he will. Like I said, we seen last year with guys like Tyler Algier, who had over 1,000 yards under Arthur Smith, and we seen Cordell Patterson, a guy who's been all over the league, been on a number of teams, and it wasn't until he came to Atlanta that he actually took off. His career took off as far as him being an offensive weapon when they switched his position to the running back position, where most of his career he was a wide receiver. So I really feel like the blueprint has kind of been laid by Cordell Patterson and also by Tyler Algier, that they can kind of pass the information along to a guy like Bijan Robinson. And I expect Bijan Robinson to take the baton and kind of take it even further than those guys were able to take it. So with him having those guys in the backfield, that three-headed monster, I really think that Bijan Robinson will have a really good chance to succeed. And the last thing I'll say about Bijan Robinson, and the reason I think that he'll have a lot of success, not only this season, but have a pretty good career if he remains healthy, is he's just a very humble person. Guys like Chris Lindstrom talked about him reaching out after being drafted, that Bijan Robinson reached out to him and basically stated he's looking forward to playing with the offensive linemen, looking forward to, building that relationship with those guys. And everybody on this team so far that I've heard at OTAs, and since he's been drafted, states that the guy's a professional, that the guy's really humble, and that the guy, even though he's a top 10 pick, he doesn't seem like an entitled type player. So I definitely think that that's going to bode well, that not only is he a great player, but it seems like so far everybody says that he's a great person as well off the field. And I think that that's going to bode well for a guy like Bijan Robinson. But with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on Bijan Robinson. Do you think Bijan Robinson will have a great career? And do you think that he'll have a successful first season as a rookie here in Atlanta and live up to the hype that everybody's placing on him? But with that being said, this has been your boy Jew. I'll holler at you guys in the next video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed, peace.